Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kemisha, aka Island Mommy, and this channel is all about motherhood. Anywho, for today's video, I'm going to be doing a homeschool related video. So if you're interested in that sort of content, then stay tuned. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about our fall term goals. For those who don't know, I have a 3-year-old turning 4 come November, and I'm homeschooling him for now. We were homeschooling before he started actual school. However, due to the old corona thing, we are back to homeschooling, and I am home now for a while. So yeah, and you know, schools have been pushed back until October, but I'm not really feeling the vibes to send him for this entire term at all. So homeschool it is. But before I continue, just a little disclaimer here: I am not a tutor. I wasn't trained to be a teacher or any form of thing like that. I have no training whatsoever. This is just me doing what I do and what I am doing with my son and activities that I am doing. This is not me telling you how to teach your child or anything like that. So I'm no expert, I'm just showing you what I am doing. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you a little snapshot of the goals, and then I'm going to go through them individually. Alrighty, so as you can see, the first, let me tell it first, is class 2 teacher, which is the class he's supposed to be going in for this term. She did send a list of goals or objectives that they are supposed to accomplish for this term. So some of these are the ones that she sent, some are just what I think he should also be learning in conjunction to what the teacher had said. So the first thing is be able to write a line. Alright, so I want him to be able to write a straight line, and that is one of the objectives that I think the teacher had sent as well. When Amari is writing lines, he doesn't stay on the line. He's like, you know, up and down all over the place. So we're working on that. So hopefully by the end of the term, we're going to be able to have him write proper lines so he can actually write. Anywho, alright, so the second one is know numerals 1 to 10, including number, name, and the amount. So right now, he already knows from 1 to 10, as in he can identify them, he knows the quantity associated with each of the numerals, but he does not know the name of the numbers. So he cannot identify the numbers by their names. So if he sees the word 10, he's not going to know that it is 10. So for that goal, the objective for me is to work on the number name, not so much the numeral and the amount, because we have already went through those, and he's fairly good. He's very good with that aspect of it from 1 to 10. So the next one is know the alphabet and their sounds. We have been doing alphabet with Amari since, I don't know, ages, and I would say that he is 97% good with his alphabet. However, the only issue I have is that when it comes to, he can identify the letters, but when it comes to the letter sounds, he is always mistaking or mistaking C and K, and I think that's just because they have the same sound. So sometimes when he sees C, he will say it's K, and vice versa. And the same thing with M and W. So those are the only thing we need to work on when it comes down to the alphabet and the sounds. But otherwise, we're pretty much good and we're covered under that aspect. So good to go. All right, so the next one is no 50 sight words. I did refer back to his teacher. I did ask her what was the recommended amount for the recommended amount of sight words for each term, and she did say it was between 10 to 15, but that was after I'd already written down this goal. So I'm aware now that 50 is a bit too much, but I'm still leaving it there, and if we reach there, we reach there. If we don't reach there, then that's good, because the recommended amount is 10 to 15 per term according to the teacher. So 50 might seem a lot, so if you are also setting your goals, you can put 15 or 20 or any amount that you feel, whatever pace you think your child is at, and you can just adjust it accordingly. I could not bother to change it, so 50 it is. Anywho, the next goal is to be able to decode 2 and 3 letter words. And when I say decode, I just mean to be able to read phonetically, not by sight, but to be able to identify the words based on their sounds, and to be able to sound out the words when he's reading, and not just know them by sight. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's that. Identify colors and color names. So we are good with colors. Amari has known his colors since forever, but the same with the number, and knowing the number name is the same with the colors. So while he does know the colors, he does not know the color name. So if he sees purple, like the word purple, he's not going to know that it is the word purple. So that is the aspect that we need to work on for these, and we should be good. Hopefully we can have everything done for this semester. Alright, the next one is to be able to identify and spell his name. So since about May, was it May or March? When Corona just started, whenever that was, we had started doing some name recognition activities, and he has been very good at it. So he is able to recognize his name. If he sees it, he'll know that it is his name, but he's not able to spell it on his own. So that is what we're working on, and also just to have him write his name and everything like that. So to be able to spell his name is the main objective, not really to identify it, because he's already identifying his name, and that is both his first name and his last name. So we're kind of okay with that. We just need him to be able to spell his name. The only thing he knows right now, like to spell it, is that it begins with J, and that's as far as it goes, and that's okay. And I'm just going to be working with him and being patient with him, and we'll see how that goes. The next one is to know birthday, age, and address. All right, so with this, when you ask Amari when is his birthday, he will say 22, but he's not going to say November 22. So I'm working on having him know the month and the date and the year. When is his birthday? He does know his age. However, he's going to be turning 4 November, so that's that. And as it relates to address, he does know where he lives. If you ask him where he lives, he can tell you the vicinity in which we live, but not the exact number. You understand? For example, 123 drive through here, so he's not able to say that, but he can tell you that he lives in a particular community. So working on that as well, and let's see how that goes also. The next objective is identify shapes. Alright, for the basic shapes, he's okay with those. For example, square, rectangle, circle, triangle, star, those ones he's okay with. However, when it comes to like the pentagon, the hexagon, the rhombus, trapezoid I should say, he's not all that good with them, but he is able to identify them a little bit, and he mixes them up sometimes he's know them, blah blah blah. But yeah, so we're working on that. We're working on, and also knowing the name for the shapes, you understand? So when he sees the name circle, he can be able to say, okay, this is circle. So hopefully that's something that we can do for this fall term. And the final goal that we have is to count from 1 to 50. Right now he's counting from 1 to 20 on his own. Well, he says 20, but yes, we're just going on from that. So for this week, because I've just basically started homeschooling this week and it's like almost end of September, but hey, I'm just working with how I feel, and you know. But anyways, so what I've done is I've added 5, so we're going from 1 to 25 now. And once he's able to do that, well, then I'd keep adding more and more and more and more and more until he is able to get to 50 independently. So these are all the goals that I have for this term. We might not be able to accomplish everything thing, and that is okay. The whole purpose of homeschooling is that you can work with your child according to their pace. So if he's not working well with something, then I can take more time to just work on him to ensure that he fully understands this, instead of, oh, I have this goal to accomplish by the end of this term, so whether or not he can do it properly, we just have to push through. No, that's not how it's gonna go. If he doesn't accomplish one of these goals by the end of the term, then put it into the next term, and that's how it goes. You work with your child according to their pace, and I think that is what a lot of us parents don't understand. We are watching a lot of videos, watching a lot of persons on Instagram, and we're like, oh crap, this child is doing this child is doing that, so my child should also be doing that because they're in the same age group, and da 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 da. And it doesn't work like that. So know your child, set your own goals for your child. Speak with your child's teacher, tutor, or anything like that, and just work on helping your child to the best of your ability. Not every parent is going to be able to homeschool right now, because a lot of us are actually working and we just don't have the time and stuff to homeschool, so we have to have tutors and anything. So whatever it is that works best for you and your child, that is the path that you should be taking, and don't compare yourself, your situation, or your child with anybody else. Capiche? Anywho, so right now, since as I'm talking about the goals and stuff, I'm also going to be sharing with you some of the resources that I have been using and I am using and where I get them from. I'm also going to be listing them down in the description box, so you can check out. I'm going to leave the links to the sites in the description box where you can get everything. So the first one that I use is education.com, and that has a lot of free printables. You can go on, download them, print them, and have them used. Comes with a lot of lessons and everything, so a ton of resources are on it. You can go ahead and check that out. There's also cleverlearner.com. I get a lot of printables from them as well, numbers and animals and just about anything they have on cleverlearner.com. It is organized based on the subject area. So if you want a science-based activity, then you go to the science and you choose an activity that is suitable for your child's age or where your child is at in their lessons, and so forth, math, science, whatever. And also the other side that I use is Reading Eggs. That is not free though, so I'm currently using the free version. There's a 30-day free thing, so I've downloaded a lot of their lesson plans, a lot of their worksheets, which I think are very, very helpful. I love them. So that's a resource that you can check out. Also, you can also choose to download the early childhood curriculum. That's a Jamaica based one, and just incorporate things on your own. There are lots of resources out there. Check out YouTube and so forth. So yeah, as I said before, I'm leaving the links to these sites down below, so you can also check them out and get them for your child. Alright, so we have spoken about our goals, and I've shared with you some of the resources that I use, not including like textbooks and stuff. I'll share that in the next video. But I also want to share with you like the schedule that we have. I'm going to show you like a quick run through of it and then go through. So as you can see, on Monday is when we have the bulk of things. I just decided to just do these 4 or 5 core things that I think are important. You can always choose to add anything you want, subtract anything you want. It's your child, you know what your child wants to learn. It's up to you. So what I think I need to be focusing on is math, science, language arts, and writing, and of course we do art and craft because we have to have fun, right? So when it comes down to science, I don't mean anything too advanced or anything like that. It's just simple things like plant life cycle, parts of a plant or animals, stuff like that. Simple little things which I'm going to be doing activities of and also showing you in videos to come. And yeah, art and craft, so that's basically it. And we also do circle time, which I'm going to be doing a full video on our circle time and tell you everything that we do in circle time and everything like that. So alright, this video has gone on long enough. So anyways guys, that is our goals for this homeschool term. So if there's anything that you'd like to know, you can always leave it in the comments down below. I tend to post a lot of the activities that I do on my Instagram, which is IslandMommyJA. I have a specific highlight over there for homeschool, so you can also check that out and see the different types of activities that you can also use and anything like that. So feel free to follow me over there. And as I said before, if you have any questions or anything that you'd want me to answer, any video suggestions that you'd want, you can always leave those down in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. So until next time, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post another video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye kids.